Alright, so I'm here just come on and talk about the recording I did the other day there of the Hawkwind track, Earth Calling, Born to Go, which was quite a fun one today. Actually, I was up early on Sunday morning, because I've been got to my bed early. I don't know what it is about this year, just this early on in the year, I've been getting to my bed earlier and waking up earlier in the morning, so I woke up right early on Sunday and just decided to get tore into doing this one. No knowing how it was going to turn out. But it went alright. It turned out pretty good actually. But doing Hawkwind, quite a tough tough nut to crack, because Hawkwind, there's just something weird about the music where they're not like any other band. There's something about the music just a bit different from everybody else. And if it just sounds as if it's hard to put your finger on what it is I'm talking about. When you listen to it, it's like there's something alive inside the music, if you know what I mean. It's not like listening to any other kind of rock band, because of all the weird sound effects and stuff. And anybody that's ever listened to Space Ritual, which is the first ever Hawkwind album I ever had was Live Chronicles, which is like for the mid-80s. It wasn't here a wee bit later on that I got Space Ritual. But Space Ritual, when folk talk about the greatest live albums all the time, Ken, they always talk about like Thin Lizzy Live and Dangerous, or Made in Japan, Strangers in the Night, Ken, the usual suspects. Nobody ever mentions like Hawkwind's Space Ritual album. There's an argument to be made for that being the greatest live album all the time as well. It's just absolutely incredible live album. The music, the spoken word parts in it, Ken, with Robert Calvert, fantastic, Ken. If you've never heard it, you should put it on, Ken. It's like I don't know. It's hard to describe what it is. It's like a kind of live concept album about a bunch of folk journeying through space. Ken, it's quite mental. You should check it out if you've never heard it. But this would be the opening track of the album. I haven't stuck slavishly to it, because I always think when you do that with a cover, all you're doing is like kind of try to, you need to keep something in it for yourself. So what I recorded like a 3-piece version, Born to Go, which was just the bass, the guitar and the drums, with the singing on it obviously. Which I thought, hey, you could do that in the style of Robert Calvert's Captain Lockheed and the Starfighters. Just like really kind of basic rock song. And I let my pal Gordon hear it, and he's like, no, you need to do it like the way Hawkwind would do it. You need to have a saxophone and the whooshing and everything in there. And I was like, well, how am I going to do that? But I've got a couple of keyboards. So that side was the fun. Necessity is the mother of invention. So I just going to explain on here how I did everything that I did to get it to sound. I thought it was no bad. Maybe a bit heavier than Hawkwind, because I was using like the same bass sound that I was using when I was doing all the Motorhead stuff at the arse end of last year. So we'll just have a talk about what's on the tapes. Track 1, there's only one guitar on this, so that's on track 1 there. Track 2 is the saxophone, track 3 is the bass, track 4 is the drums. Track 5 and track 7 are like the co-lead vocals. It turns out like a kind of vocal harmony, which mine's is probably a bit more tuneful than the Hawkwind one, because on the Hawkwind album, the part that Nick Turner sings is quite monotone, whereas mine's is merely a kind of musical. And on track 6 and 8 here, I've got the weird sound effects that go on in the background that just give you that kind of weird otherworldliness, if you like. So we'll talk about Earth Calling first, which has got wait a minute, I'm trying to think here. Track 8, 6 and 2 I've got the sound effects on them, and the rest of them have all got vocals on it, just to get that. I was like it when Hawkwind would do like Sonic Attack, and you'd be listening to it'd be all these other vocals coming in for you, especially listening to it on headphones. It'd be all these other people speaking in the background. It's just this. There's something about the human voice that's primal in people. And that's why you have to have singing on music. Is singing humanises music, and just Hawkwind would use the spoken word, but just be with like weird echoey voices in the background. That's absolutely amazing. So that's what I was just trying to do here. So let's talk about what we've got here. We've got this oscillating noise here, which I found a microphone effect. And that was just what that was there. And then you've got that, which is a slowed down. Aye, that scraping noise is like a slowed down record sample. And this is where we got all the different voices. Right, that's going to stop just now, and then we'll get into the music happening here. That's the guitar there, obviously. And like the big energetic drums, is this what I would want to call it? It just doesn't let up, it just keeps going. Incredibly powerful track. There you go, you can hear the pushing and the effects in here, which I'll break down in a minute. See, it only goes twice on the record, but I'd let it go around 4 times. And I've changed the arrangement another wee tiny bits that I'll talk about in a minute. Right, here we go, we're getting the singing coming in. We're never turning back. And that's just a 2-part harmony. We were born to go and leave a burning track. We were born all this was more or less one take because it was so early on a Sunday morning. I'd have got into bother if I'd made a lot of noise. There you go, that's the sound effects here that I used in the background. Whoosh in the background. Yeah, that drum beat, really, it was just relentless up the stair on the LV drums. The guitar's just doing basically the same thing as the bass. And I changed the arrangement a wee bit at the end of this to breaking out the shell bit, where I just went straight into the singing, rather than letting it go round twice without the singing. Where it gets interesting, if you try to have a space rock jam by yourself. You hear the wah-wah pedal kicking in there. And the Jimmy Page, so you need to keep the guitar solo fairly basic. There's the saxophone there. And then the bass and the drums there, you're just back. The arse end of last year, like the Motorhead stuff, just sounds like the Motorhead stuff I was doing. About Hawkwind, sorry. To keep things disoriented. They don't do things twice or 4 times. They'll go round 3 times or 5 times or even 6 times. Just so it's disorientating, because with music your brain thinks everything's going to happen in 4s. The bass and the guitar just themselves, like a solid wall that you can't penetrate through. It just didn't sound right through the saxophone. Aye, that's that. So I mean, it went for no knowing how I was going to do it to getting it done pretty quick. It was, I don't know, what, 2.5 hours on Sunday morning. Time well spent. But I'm not going to do a playthrough of this tonight. It's too late at night and it's just too loud. So I'll put videos up later on. I'll sit and play through them and then put the videos up later. But it just, I need to get round to remixing some stuff. So I was just wanting to do this before I changed the settings on the board. And had to come back and try and guess how it was all mixed, because I've got more than an hour's worth of music and I want to have a project wrapped up by Sunday so that I can start on something else. So I know I've still got 2 or 3 of these tracks for folk that are interested, just describing, going through what I'd done with them. But thanks very much for watching and have a nice night. And if you haven't heard Space Ritual, put it on, man, it's great. Keep listening to Hawkwind.